Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be showing you the SALEM Cosmetics Ghostly Glam palette. So here is our lovely color story. Just a backstory real quick on SALEM Cosmetics. Unfortunately, SALEM Cosmetics is currently closed. They possibly will be coming back in the future, their owner has said. So I fingers crossed, really do hope so, because even just this artwork alone is seriously just so gorgeous, and it just seems like a good brand, and I really want them to come back. But let's go ahead, roll into some swatches. We'll do 2 looks, and then you'll get my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have here the Ghostly Glam palette by SALEM Cosmetics. It does have a beautiful slip cover with the same artwork here, and it does have all the ingredients on the back of the cover. One thing I really like about this palette that a lot of brands do as well is when you pop it open, it comes with these covers for your shimmer so that you don't have any issue with like damage, especially with a lot more of the like bright shimmer shades. I'm going to go ahead and remove mine, and then we will be right back. Now that those are removed, here is our stunning color story. So we will be live swatching because I have never used anything from the brand before, just to see the formula and everything as I'm going, like kind of what I think. So up first, we're going to be starting with Apparition. This looks to be a very soft blue shade. Feels nice and creamy in the pan. I'm going to go over with a second pass just to get it built up. Next, we're going to take Supernatural, one of the shimmers. The shade feels very smooth in the pan, and I feel like applies very beautifully. So the lighting has changed slightly. This way you're able to see the shades within themselves, because I feel like my lighting is too bright. But that is really nice, reflective, kind of pinky, purpley silver shade with a nice flip. Next, we have a nice matte white called Ghost. Feels just as creamy as our first matte, and is swatching really nicely. Let's go with our second swatch just to pick or build that up. And really, for a white, this feels really smooth. I've tried whites in the past that tend to be very powdery almost, so this one is really nice. Next in with this other gorgeous shimmer shade, which is called Phantom. This one feels a bit thicker on the finger, but ooh, I hope you're able to see that shine. That is so, wow. This is really pretty. It looks like it has some like kind of like burgundy pink, flips to like gold. Moving along, going in with the shade Haunting. This one has the same kind of formula as that blue. Very buttery, and I don't even think I'm going to need to build this one up. That is incredibly pigmented and very smooth. Next up, we're going to go in with this gorgeous shade called Spirit. It looks, I feel, very reddish on camera, but it has a nice orange flip. And this is the shade that I'm honestly the most excited about. We're going to on our skin. Ooh. This one is also incredibly smooth. I hope you can see this really has some very interesting depth to it. It's just, it's making my little Halloween heart so happy. That is such an incredibly beautiful shade. Going in next with Ghastly, which I am assuming this is meant to be like a matte purpley gray shade. This might be one of the shades as a color person I'm gonna struggle with seeing. It does swatch relatively okay. I'm gonna go back in with the second dip just to get the strongest shade we can. I almost feel like this might be meant to be possibly a black. I'll put a note if I find out that it's not. But it looks, I would say if it is a black, it's a very soft black, but it is a really pretty shade. And it did swatch very, like, same kind of creamy formula, not too, like, not drying at all. Next in with Wrath, which looks like a beautiful dark navy blue. I will say this shade felt the most powdery when like picking it up with my finger, which I'm assuming means it has like a large amount of pigmentation. It definitely still does feel very smooth on the skin, but this darker brown here definitely feels a bit different. Feels a lot more creamier. This one just feels a bit powderier, but is still a really gorgeous shade. Dipping in with Present, which is this like crimson red gorgeousness. This as well felt pretty creamy when swatching. Holy yowzers, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous bright red. That is stunning. Next, dipping in with the shade Soul. It did feel very similar, I feel like, to our first shimmer shade here on the skin. Oh wow, that's really reflective. It's beautiful. I will say I am like really impressed by their shimmer formula. Next in with Glimmer, and this one is flipping so freaking purpley on camera. To the naked eye, it looks almost kind of purpley, but also has some like aqua, but it looks so special. Let's go ahead and give this one a swatch. So hopefully the swatch is showing you more of that variation of shade. Sorry, it's like hard to show you. But it has like some purple, some aqua. It's just you can tell these are quite reflective, stunning shades. And then lastly, in with Ghost. I think I might have realized this white shade I meant called Ghost. It's called Ghoul. So I do apologize. This is Ghost. Ooh, look at that. I swear, these last three shimmer shades swatch so well. This is kind of like a gold. Ooh, that is so... Oh, we're able to see how beautiful that is. So I just readjusted the lighting to like normal for me. So hopefully some of the shades you'll be able to see some of the different kind of flips and variations if you are curious about this palette. But I'm just gonna say this, from having not even played with this palette yet, these, I'm like so incredibly excited to play with these. These all look so stunning. For look one, I'm kind of doing this more kind of bluey moment. I'm gonna do it kind of quite simple, so we're gonna see, hopefully it works out. So we're gonna go in with this shade Gaslight. I still can't figure out what color this is. I feel like I'm gonna have to look up on their website. Like, I keep feeling like it's a purple or it's like a brown. But I'm mainly just adding this for the depth, so I'm just going to add this into kind of my outer corner. So how I do my outer corner is where our colored part of the eye stops, so that white part there, that's what I'm going to consider our outer corner. With the same brush, I'm going to dip in with Wrath. It's like a navy blue. I'm going to take this all the way underneath our lash line. I'm going to stop it, at least for me in the front, just slightly past where that colored part of my eye ends. And then I'm actually going to switch over to a slightly fluffier brush with that same shade. I'm just going to tap all around the shape just to build up our pigmentation. And then with my eyes like rested but open, I'm just going to pull this shade into my crease, taking it to about the same spot as I did on the lower lash line. Pretty much just to where this colored part of my eye ends or slightly past. Just wipe that brush off onto a towel. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade, I believe it's Apparition, the light blue. I'm going to focus this on the inner part of the eye. This mainly is just going to be our shade that we use to soften everything out. And so far, these shades are laying down really well. I've had no issue with blending or patchiness or not getting pigmentation. To soften everything out, I'm going to go in with Ghoul, that matte white with a pretty big fluffy brush, just to soften any harsh edges. I feel like I'm really going to like this shade as well for kind of highlighting, because though it is white, it has like a really nice smoothness that I feel like you'll really be able to add like into the inner part of your eye, brow bone for some brightness, but it won't be too like stark, if that makes sense. It blends really well. Alright, now for the exciting part, which is going to be the shimmers. I mean, hello, these are seriously, I feel like of any palette, shimmers are always going to be my favorite. Starting off with the shade Glimmer. I'm just going to apply this kind of like medium way of my eyelid. These shades are just so pretty. And they're not really emollient at all, if that's something that worries you. They definitely feel like a kind of just really good shimmer with like not like a greasy kind of feel. I'm going to go ahead and take Supernatural for the inner part. I do feel like these next to each other do kind of look similar. I do feel like this one in the front is a bit more pinky, and on the back is like a little bit more like purple lavender. And then I'm sad that it's not showing up. The one on the back, like I said before, it has like an aqua flip, but like I feel like I'm struggling to get it to show up. Maybe it's showing up. Again, I am colorblind, so sometimes I struggle with that. And then just to add a little bit of extra fun, I'm going to take the shade Phantom, which looks pretty pink, but it has like a kind of goldy, so I'm going to pop that between the two. And I feel like that just adds like a really nice brightness that this look really needs. So here's the completed look with, I put on some lashes, never do that, but I felt fancy. With lashes, mascara, all that, and honestly, I love this. It looks so freaking pretty. The shimmer, seriously, shimmers are just always my favorite though, but this is so good. Loving it so far. Let's go ahead and move on to our next look. For this next look, I really wanted to play with more of the, like, ready tones, especially with the theming, like, hello, it's just giving me all the Halloween vibes. So I really wanted to kind of do kind of this gothy, not gothy, vampire moment with the red. I don't know, I feel like red eyeshadow always makes me feel kind of vampire-esque. But I'm going to go ahead and dip in with our darker red shade. I think this is red. I believe it's called Haunting. And I'm just taking this little, like, small brush. And I'm going to first start by applying this just to the outer corner. How are you all enjoying the summer? If it is summer for you, if you were here in the US, I know other people, it is different weather. Lucky you. Some winter, unless you prefer summer. Taking some underneath the eye as well. I am feeling so ready for it to be fall. I'm like, I get the itch. I feel like so early, and I'm just ready. I'm actually kind of happy. My birthday is coming up, and every year for my birthday, I decorate for Halloween. August 1st, well, August 2nd is my birthday, but August 1st is when I start decorating. It's become like a fun little tradition now. I would love to know if any of you decorate for like Halloween. When do you start? I feel like the holidays are like my favorite time of year and they just go by so fast, so like I have to prolong it longer. I'm gonna go in with Presents, the red, and just kind of a long pencil brush. But yeah, with the holidays, I decorate for Halloween, again, super early. I kind of keep it spooky year-round. I really love to find, like, when it is spooky season, I love to find, like, stuff that I can use for different times of the year. Like, I have a gnome that has, like, a rainbow hat, but it's for Halloween. So I just realized I did not say I'm taking the red into the crease, and I'm also going to take it underneath the eye and just kind of around the shape. Anyways, yeah, I have a gnome. It's like a Halloween. It has like a jack-o'-lantern, but it has like a rainbow hat, so I use that for Pride. That's something I actually do. I don't decorate for the 4th of July. I'm not really a big, especially now with our current world, our current country, I'm not a big person. I know it's kind of a difficult topic for a lot of people. But anyways, so for many years, I have decided to decorate for Pride instead because I don't know. I love to decorate, love a theme. I'm going to take a bit more of that darker shade just to make sure it's nice and deepened up. Anyways, I have that. I have like these skull things that I found at Home Goods years ago. I'm just going to start softening everything out. Home Goods years ago that are really pretty. They're like butterfly skulls and these pumpkins. I put those out for spring. I just honestly love to find anything like during spooky time that I can use for year round. The one thing I really want to find, it's a random, but my brain just thought about it, is if any of you are familiar with the film Gremlins, for Christmas, I really want to find like a gremlin, like size creature almost, that I could put in my Christmas tree. I think that would be so fun. Because though I do love Christmas, I feel like I still like to keep it like pseudo-spooky year-round. It's just fun. And I feel like it's like part of who I am. I have like spooky, witchy kind of vibe. A little sponge, just clean up any little part that went out. But even this, I feel like I said, just doing like red, I feel like gives me that vampire-y kind of vibe. Also the fact that I have these kind of cool contacts. I'm going to take a bit more of the red just to really make sure we're nice and red. But I would love to know, do you all decorate? What seasons do you decorate for? I don't really decorate for Valentine's Day. I mean, I have like a sign, but I feel like I don't have a ton. I mean, I guess I kind of do. It's interesting. So I have a Valentine's Day. I have a tree that I keep up year round, like a Christmas tree, but I just decorate it for different seasons. Right now, sadly, is blank because I don't have anything. I one year did try to do Pride theme, and I put like a bunch of Pride flags in the tree, but I just felt like it looked not cute, so it wasn't my vibe. I'm gonna dip in with my favorite shade probably so far, which is Spirit of this palette. It's such like a unique shade. I really wish the duochrome was like showing up for you, maybe like a little bit. I'm just gonna take that with my finger and place that on the center of my eyelid. Yeah, anyway, so I have a tree up year round. I'll definitely have to probably post to Instagram some photos as I decorate if you're curious. So definitely follow me there. I have done, I think, a decorating in the decorate with me like in the past, but I don't feel like that's where the journey of my channel currently is going. I'm just gonna take a little pencil brush with that same shimmer shade for the lower lash line, but I don't feel like that's where my channel is going. I kind of wanted to make sure I'm keeping on theme with like one thing that is there, I think, for Pride, if you are curious. This is like years and years ago. Alright, for our other shimmer shade, I originally used this shade, which maybe we'll use a little bit as like a base. So I'm using a flat shadow brush. This is the shade Soul. I'm just applying that into the inner part of the eye. This is like such a stunning shade. I feel like it's just a teeny bit too cool toned for the look, so I did go in with one other shimmer shade. It's almost like, it feels like a gray kind of to me. It's really pretty though. Oof, I like love this so much. Okay, so for extra little bit of sparkle, we're gonna take Ghost. Same brush, just put it on there. I feel like that just ties it together a lot better. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna go and apply liner, lash, and we'll be back for the finished results. And here is our finished look. All in all, I love it. This is seriously so pretty. Like, the vibes are here. I love it. This palette literally is so, so good. I know you probably can't get any more, but oh, so good. Alright, final thoughts. I love this palette so much. SALEM Cosmetics, oh, seriously so good. I really hope that they are able to come back in the future. I know that the owner said that they are just temporarily gone. I really hope they come back because this is seriously so good. This is sadly the only thing I've ever tried from them, but literally, this is where it's at. So good. I love the branding. I love the theming. Like, we need this to come back. Oh, that is going to be the end of today's video. Definitely let me know down below what you do think. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy this content. I hope you're having a great day. And I will see you on my next one. Okay, bye.